Yeah. Her was directed by Spike Jonze. It stars Joaquin Phoenix, Scarlett Johansson, and Amy Adams, and essentially tells the story of Theodore, a recent divorcee, person who was recently divorced, and he buys the newest operating system, OS 1, which essentially is the first blend of AI and OS, as in it's essentially a person. So he buys it, and he kind of starts to have feelings for Samantha, who is voiced by Scarlett Johansson, the operating system. This movie is very, very unique to begin. I've seen absolutely nothing even remotely like it. It's so weird. Spike Jonze has a lot of movies like that. He did Being John Malkovich, Adaptation, Where the Wild Things Are. He's known for being very, very unique. He's not like other people. He wrote and directed this, so he really has a good understanding of it, and my God. He really, really nailed it on this one. The screenplay is just so great. It's really insightful into the technology and our relationship to it. Because it's set in the near future. It's not like, there are obviously technologies from the moment it starts, you can tell that it couldn't take place right now, but it could. Like, it's in reach. And the way that everyone is looking at technology, everyone's constantly has something in their ear that's literally just, they talk to it, it's really hard to explain. Yeah, it's very, very well directed, very well written, very well shot. It looks beautiful. There are plenty of shots of just like landscapes or skylines or things like that are really stunning. The colors, the cinematography, all in all, was just great. Joaquin Phoenix gives one of his best performances, which is saying a lot because he's one of the best actors out there. He was so good. Like, he had a very, very deep character. He wasn't shallow by any means. He was very complex. He was a very unique character. And he had to portray a lot of different things going on mentally, emotionally, and he was very, very good. Scarlett Johansson gives one of the greatest voice performances of all time. She literally has to establish an entire character with only her voice. She can't use her face, her body, anything. She has to talk and just portray this character, and she does it. I didn't understand Samantha completely, but I like to think that I did. I got a huge grasp of who Samantha was. Amy Adams, Rooney Mara, and Chris Pratt also had small roles. They were all really good too. I liked them a lot. The soundtrack was solid. It isn't as prevalent as soundtracks are in some other movies, but it still did attribute a lot to certain scenes. Like, there's one scene where Samantha's kind of saying, we can't have any photographs together. We should use music to be our photographs. And they kind of have all these things set to the music. It was really, really nice. It blended comedy and drama very, very well. Like, it is kind of seen primarily as a comedy. That's what it's nominated for in the Golden Globes, but I wouldn't say that. I think it's primarily a drama, but there's some good moments, especially towards the beginning. There were a moment that I was laughing really, really hard. But what made this movie so fantastic is how absolutely real it was. Like, it took a concept that is really out of left field. It's bizarre. It could never happen, even though it probably will end up happening in the near future. And it just made it seem like it was real. I believed every second of it. There wasn't a single moment that I thought was like, I don't think that could happen. I believed it. That could happen. The characters, I felt for them all. They felt so real. They didn't go down any paths that I thought they might. That would be kind of like predictable or anything. It wasn't predictable at all. They could have made Samantha, because she has access to all his emails and everything, they could have just turned her into just like that creepy stalker robot, just like, oh, who's this? But they didn't do that. They made her a real person, and they made Joaquin Phoenix a real person. Everyone was so real. The script, everything about this movie was just so real that I was just so into it. It was really, really great. I feel like I just gave this out, and I actually gave out 2 in a row already. The only time I've ever given them out is going to be 2 in a row. It's going to be the second time I've given out 2 in a row, but I give her an A+. All right, now that like we're done with the road to the Falcons and everything, I'm gonna have to find new things to do. So, out of my hat, I'm gonna have a couple different categories. I'll explain the categories as I pick them out. The first one I'm gonna be doing is a movie analysis. This one was requested. I'm pretty much gonna look at a movie. In this case, it's gonna be Donnie Darko. I'm going to explain everything about it. And Donnie Darko is one of my all-time favorite movies. I've read a lot on it, so I do have a very good understanding of it. I keep looking over at the poster to make... I don't know why. Anyway, so next, up is the Donnie Darko explanation. All right, see you next time.